Here we go. You know, the thing I like most about coming to Northern Ireland is that they really pull out all the stops and make you feel welcome. But I never expected this. Thank you very much indeed. Good evening and welcome to the show. Tonight, I make absolutely no apology for having a very biased, one-sided show. We're all used to seeing pictures of Northern Ireland, of the aftermath of a bomb, army patrols, police with guns and all sorts of things that happen. But it does happen over there. But tonight, we want to show the other side of Northern Ireland, not only because we have a lot of viewers in Northern Ireland, which we're very grateful for, but because perhaps most of us who live over this side of the water have no idea what it's really like. So if you're living in Ulster, you want to give us a phone call tonight, or if you have any views on Northern Ireland, you can call us. You know the number coming up on the screen? There we are, 0532 46 1000. Was it on there? Was it? It went on, didn't it? That was pretty good, because, you know, might not have done. And we have some very exciting news for you a little bit later on about next week's programme. And we have some exciting guests. But I think, first of all, let's go over to what are going to be quite a lot of film clips on the show tonight from Northern Ireland. To find out about people who drive expensive cars. Watch this.
Wheelie goes to town now.
Over my shoulder there, a more familiar sight to most of us on television, a heavily guarded RUC station. That's the sort of thing we're used to seeing in Belfast. But we're not used to seeing garages that sell expensive cars. Yes, people here drive Mercedes and Porsches. Now, come on, Carl, you can't do much business in Belfast with these sort of cars.
A lot of people think that, but per head of population, we'd probably sell more in Northern Ireland than we would in the whole of the UK. We would put out something in the region of about 400 total new units in a year.
That's about, what, 10 a week?
Yeah, roughly.
You sell 10 new cars a week?
Yeah, great.
Well, how does that put you in the scale of things as far as the United Kingdom is concerned?
We would be about number 3 in the UK.
You see, the interesting thing is that a lot of people assume that if you have enough money to buy a car like this, the last place you want to live is in Belfast.
Quite the opposite again, actually. That's the good thing about Belfast in that area is the likes of house property and so on is quite cheap in comparison to the mainland again, and it leaves the extra cash to enjoy your sports car, whatever it may be, Porsche, Mercedes. Do people vandalise cars on the street more here or what? No, I think actually it's probably there's another myth which we need to get rid of. Damage due to vandals, whatever, so it's very, very minimum.
Yeah, but Carl, what sort of people? I mean, what kind of jobs would the people have who buy these cars then?
Small businessmen, and there are quite a lot of small sort of business sort of plants within Northern Ireland as such. Guys that sort of started with nothing and sort of worked their way up. It's great to see those type of guys coming in, and obviously company directors, managing directors, whatever. But a very, very wide spectrum. It's very hard to sort of say a type of person, and that's what's nice about it, because you can deal with everyone.
What's your best-selling car at the moment?
Well, in the range, there's quite a range of cars there. The SLs, the Mercedes sports car, and the Porsches and so on at the moment are going very well.
Really?
Yeah.
They're the most expensive, I think, are they?
Yeah.
Have you got one in?
Yes, we have indeed. Yeah.
With an open top?
Sure. Why don't you come and have a drive in it, sure?
Good idea. I don't mind it. Right, now, listen, for those of you at home, I am trained in being able to drive swervy cars. Do not try that. And we were, of course, driving with a film behind us as well. You believe that, you believe anything. Dennis, welcome to the programme.
Thanks,
Dennis Taylor doesn't, at the moment, live in Northern Ireland.
I live in just outside Blackburn, James. I've been there for 26 years now, believe it or not.
26 years and you still haven't lost the accent. Why?
Well, a lot of people think I have lost the accent. I think I've still got the Irish accent. But when you go back home, it's totally different to the people that... I come from Coal Island, about 40 miles from Belfast. And it has changed quite a bit. Probably slowed down a little bit.
Do you think when you see the news and when you hear the reports, do you have a different perception of what it's actually like over there?
It's very, very difficult. It's been going on for so long now. But even though I've been in England 26 years, I've still gone back there playing quite a bit and had all the professional snooker players, even in the early days, brought them all over there. And as I'm sure you find out yourself, the people are absolutely marvellous. They like sports people to come over, and I play at all sections of the community and get as good a reception anywhere I go.
I should stress that although I said please phone in if you have any views on Northern Ireland, I don't want any phone calls about the political situation because we hear enough about that. I'm sure people have their own views on that and get sick and tired of it. So if you just want to bang the usual political ideology, don't phone in. We won't take the call. You told me, or one of the researchers told me, I think, that when you played, no, it was you, when you played in Northern Ireland, or when you won the World Snooker Championship, first of all, you were asked to go down to the Shankill Road and play.
It was amazing. I had the booking fixed up before the World Championships, and it worked out. I think it was 2 days after I won the world title, and I went to the Shankill Leisure Centre, and I got an unbelievable reception. It was absolutely fantastic. And even when I went back into...
We should point out for people who don't know that you would not be the sort of person who would normally go down to the Shankill Road because of your...
Well, yeah, I suppose I'm a Catholic. The Shankill's predominantly Protestant, but as I say, it didn't matter. The fact that I'd won the World Championship, it was a little bit like when Barry McGuigan, a few months later, he won the World boxing title as well at beating Pedrosa. And the same sort of thing happened. I mean, I went back to Coal Island and there must have been 20,000 people turned up in Coal Island, and they were from all denominations, the Church of Ireland, Church of England, and it was great to see everybody together there.
OK, we weren't going to talk too much about snooker, as I said, Dennis, but we did visit a snooker hall while we were there in Ballymoney, and this is it. I've never found yet anybody who can't get on with someone because they're the wrong religion or they live in the wrong area. And everybody tells me there's no problem. I never have a problem. There must be some problems somewhere.
Well, is it? I can't understand it myself either because I can't see why it should be that way. You know, as I say, this club here especially, we're all a mixed crowd. Everybody seems to get on with everybody else.
When you go back to where you live and you're maybe in your own local pub or something like that.
Yeah.
Do people get on to you and say, why do you go down there? Why do you mix with other sorts of people?
No, I've never had that problem here in my life, at any time.
I mean, nobody can mistake you for being Protestant or Catholic, can they?
I can pass for both.
Can you?
That is, it comes at an advantage in business most probably, but that's a very small part of it. I don't see any difference in the communities at all. Across, you know, Catholic. Myself, I go to most... what would you call it? What's in public eye would be known as most rigid Catholic areas or Protestant areas. And I'm received very, very well, you know, right across the board.
Do you feel that what you're doing here, you're providing a facility where people from both sides of the tracks are able to come together and mix? Do you think that you're providing a useful community asset?
Oh, definitely, because the kids, whenever we first opened, the kids with the different school uniforms used to come into the club, they stuck around in packs, and then eventually whenever they had nobody to partner them, they picked up a fella, and they got to, this is, for what a person does in an hour and a half on a Sunday morning, it doesn't make them any different from me, and they play their sport together. Now they come in, they still have the odd banter about the Rangers, so I'll take them this year, but, you know, it's a bit of friendly banter, but...
So you'll actually see now on the different tables in this club, people, Protestant and Catholic, playing together? Now, Sammy is Mr. Northern Ireland, currently, and just about to defend his title again. Right?
Yes.
And Pete is your
training partner.
Is your training partner. Have you ever gone in for a title, or you're not? You just sort of have to live in his shadow.
Live in his shadow. For a while.
The interesting thing, though, is that you're Protestant and you're Catholic.
Yes.
You work together. Presumably, you're mates as well. And you work out the whole... You're not mates, but you work out all the time. Why? I mean, I'm trying to search around and find some people who've got some aggravation because of somebody's religion. I keep hearing, and it doesn't seem to...
Not in the gyms or in any gyms that I've been in. There's never any animosity or ill feeling between any fella can come into the gym, no matter what. Nobody asks what religion he is or what his beliefs are. Relates to sport or training. If he's interested in the training, it doesn't matter what other beliefs he has. You know.
How long have you known each other?
Our lifetime.
Really? Right. So you were brought up together, but presumably you couldn't have gone to the same school.
No, separate schools.
Yeah.
I've always known. So I mean, like free motorbikes or gym, you know, or anything at all.
Do you think if there wasn't the segregation at school that there is, that would help in future?
That probably would.
Yeah.
Probably would help. Would probably bring them closer at an earlier age.
I think it mixed when they're younger. You know.
All bodybuilders I've interviewed have a particular set of muscles they're keen on, and they think that's their best point. Which is yours? What do you think it is?
Pulling my arms, maybe.
Yeah?
Pulling my
Very
arms.
big arms.
Show us. Let's have a look, just to finish off. Give us a kind of... Well, you're not going to argue with him, let's face it. A couple of interesting Ulster facts for you here. It's safer, statistically speaking, to walk the streets of Belfast than London at night. And there are no moles, voles, toads or snakes living naturally in Ireland. Well, that has to do with St. Patrick, doesn't it?
That's right, he got rid of them all, didn't he, James, I believe, yeah.
I didn't realise that was true, but that's a fact. There are none of those.
Do you know what, Croagh-Patrick, there's a place, Croagh-Patrick, it's a mountain there, and people go there like pilgrimages. And there was a fella there, believe it or not, the parish priest caught him, and he was selling for £1 signed photographs of St. Patrick. He was getting away with it for a while as well.
OK, I've got to bring on the next guest now, and I want you to contain yourself, Dennis.
I will.
OK. And I want everybody at home, because this is probably one of the few sex kittens to come from Northern Ireland. This is a lady who has most men on the edge of their seats. They'll be getting closer and closer to the television screen as she comes on tonight. And I think after you have met her, you will realise why. This is Ireland's #1 sex queen. Ladies and gentlemen, May McFettridge! Sit down.
Stop your talking, son. Oh,
now, May, how did you come to be Northern Ireland's most infamous sex goddess?
what do you mean, how did it? Son, look at me.
Yes, I am.
Yes, well, you see some of the hard-looking tickets in here. You'll know, son, why I am the most after Dennis.
She's a big girl
I'm the
as well,
most sought-after woman in Northern Ireland.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, and you obviously have somebody who very artistic that does your makeup for you.
Oh, yes. Oh, you only have to look up, my son. You see, 4711 is a perfume.
Is it?
Blue Circle is cement. Both together, you're looking at me. What do you think?
Very nice, very
I look
nice.
different, don't I?
You do look different, yes. Yes. Haute couture, I suppose, is sort of...
What is it, son?
Something, well, fashionable, to say the least.
Oh, yes, yeah. No expense spared. Over here in Yorkshire, it's lovely to be here.
Yes,
it really is.
You don't leave your hometown very often, I hear.
Well, I've been out a couple of times. I've been in the Isle of Man twice. Remember that? Oh, we'll not talk about that time. I've been in the Isle of Man.
I see, you know her quite well.
Oh, well, I've been in the Isle of Man twice with Dennis, haven't we, Dennis?
Well, we went to 2 different schools together, didn't we?
Oh, we did. 2 different each again. Can I call for you tomorrow? What, son?
I wonder if you'd like this. I'm told this is a delicacy. We picked this up in the north of Northern Ireland, and this is called dulse.
No, we call it dulles.
Dulles, is it?
Dulles.
Yes. Do you want to have a taste a little? Do you know what it is?
Oh,
it's seaweed.
Seaweed,
yes, it's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, that's too much.
Plunge it into your son.
It's the most disgusting thing I ever...
You should take that between 2 heels of bread.
Well, would you like a little drop of something to wash it down with?
Oh, hold on a minute, son.
What?
That's like something I took to the big doctor.
No, this is fine. This is fine. We couldn't find anything else to put it in.
Are you on the sick?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
It's okay. We don't believe in wasting anything on this programme, as you can probably tell.
You could be right.
Yes.
Here, tell you what, son. It's not half of what I
No. For the, oh, goodness, control yourself. Now, we also, while we were in Northern Ireland, wanted to eke out some sort of fairly serious interviews with people who were artistically involved, wanted to show the artistic side of Northern Ireland. And we came across a man who must be the master of understatement.
Wheelie goes to town again.
Oh, excuse me, do you know where Davy Francis lives?
Yeah, he's up here, but you can't see him because he's on the toilet.
Oh, I've come a long way. How long is he going to be?
I don't know, about half an hour maybe?
I'll come up and wait, OK?
Right, OK.
Sorry, Davy, I'm a little upset. There's no beret, no smock. There's absolutely no sign of dribbled paint at all. Are you sure you're an artist?
Oh, yes, Sam. I think they only see those sort of things in comics, James.
Yes, of course you do, yes. And comics is, you tell me, where you really feel at home?
Yes, that's where I live, yes.
Yes, but that's not proper art, is it, Davy? I'd come to do a sort of proper interview on art.
Well, it's proper in that it gives people enjoyment and it's easy to understand.
Yes, I suppose so. I mean, some of the stuff even fetches quite a lot of money, doesn't it?
That's right, yes. Some of it does, but unfortunately mine doesn't.
Doesn't it?
No.
Oh, well, after this, Davy, I mean, you're going to be much sought after. Tell me about the characters you're working on at the moment.
Well, the ones I'm working on at the moment are for a comic. It's going to be submitted to a publisher. It's called... My piece is called Zombie Wrestlers.
Really?
Basically, it's about wrestling matches where zombies are pitted against wrestlers who have chainsaws and things like this.
Oh, nice.
So it's...
Yes,
it's
tasteful.
It's basically your zombie wrestler.
Yes. A few sort of heads decapitated and...
That type of thing, yes.
Yeah. Do you think you need to be particularly warped to do this sort of thing, or...?
I think you need to be slightly warped, yes.
Yes, just watching your eyes. I mean, do the stories come from you as well, or do you have someone who writes the stories?
No, I write about 99% of my own stories.
So you're totally responsible?
Yes. Nobody else to blame.
You've also, I mean, you've had characters in Viz, haven't you? Which characters have you got in Viz?
Well, I haven't had any characters in Viz.
I'll strike that. That was completely wrong. You haven't worked for Viz, have you?
No, I haven't.
Never worked for Viz?
No.
No, OK. What characters of yours would we know?
Well, you may know Greedy Gorb from Oink and Cowpat County.
Oh, one of my favourites, Cowpat County.
Yes.
Yes, never miss it. Yes. Yes.
That's really about it. Ciderman is a Northern Ireland superhero, and Patman is another one.
Ciderman?
Yes. Ciderman drinks cider to boost his strength and basically...
And do the cider companies pay you for this sort of...
No, unfortunately they don't.
Well, I'd get onto those if I were you. What were you doing before then? Before comics?
Before comics?
Yes.
Well, I started when I was 4, so really it was just being a child.
Go out and see if... Do you want to go and see if she's all right or not? Do you want to go... Are you sure? Sorry. Yeah, OK. We gave, during that, we gave the audience some of this... Dulles. Yes, and one young lady's had to go out and throw up, unfortunately. Mind you, when we bought it, it was a few days ago, and it has been in the producer's pocket ever since. But that didn't seem to make much difference to you, May, I must admit.
Oh, no, son, I love the like of that. That's gorgeous.
Do you put anything on it? Do you put vinegar or
salt?
salt?
Well, you put a wee drop of vinegar, a wee drop of salt on it, makes you more thirsty, and then you can drink that that way.
That wine? You want some more of this wine?
Oh, well, sure, lash it
yes, you do.
Son.
Oh,
Don't
well,
be hard.
You know, if you feel like it, because, Dennis, do you want to drop as well, Dennis?
Well,
you know, I mean, there you are, fine.
There you are.
I tell you what, we're going to take a little break. Before we do, I've got another fascinating thing to tell you, that there are 4 times as many Irish in the USA than in the whole of Ireland. We're back in a couple of moments. Now,
Ulster fact number 1.
I bet you think I'm sunning myself somewhere on the Mediterranean, but you'd be wrong. because here we are on the north coast of Northern Ireland. And you know, very few people think about coming from the mainland to spend a holiday here, which is silly, because you're never more than 20 minutes away from a golf course, mountain, loch, or a beach. And here are some of the cleanest beaches in Europe.
Ulster fact number 2.
The most northerly part of Ireland is in the south. It's Mallinhead, County Donegal, part of Southern Ireland. And did you know, although Northern Ireland is a region of the UK, it's not part of Great Britain?
I think we're being very educational tonight. Would you like, come here, just come over here for one moment, quickly. Take this, because I'm a little worried about it. But I don't think there's any necessity. Do you want some more of that?
No, it's all right.
You're sure?
Yeah.
OK, we'll take that with you. Because, you threw up, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. OK, that's terrible, isn't it? I'm sorry, look what that's done. Whenever you go to Northern Ireland, the first thing you find out, people come and tell you, you've got to come out with this night because there's a place you've got to take you to because the crack is great. And I thought, I didn't know they legalised it over in Northern Ireland, but that was completely different.
Yeah, the crack, that's what they always say. You're going out for the bit of crack tonight.
Oh, yes, the crack's night, they call it.
What's the old song, The Crack was good down in Cricklewood in the paddies. What was it? McAlpine's Fusiliers. That's the way the song started off. The crack was good in Cricklewood.
That's right.
Well, I continued this search for crack in Northern Ireland, and it took me to Larry's Piano Bar, which if you're over there, you ought to go. And they're watching on a big screen tonight, so I want to say hi to them. Look at this.
Wheelie goes to town again.
Oi.
Eamonn.
No tie.
Oh, Eamonn, I know jobs
All
have
the
been
money
hard
you earn.
Listen, I know jobs have been hard to come by, but it's my party, all right? Oh, I'm only joking. You could come in with me.
Such a nice man, despite what people say.
Now listen, serious point. You moved from the mainland back to Belfast.
Yeah.
Why?
For family reasons, for basically family reasons, quality of life.
You have young children. Or young children now.
Yeah.
Young children. Do you not worry about this kind of environment to bring them up in? Because, I mean, for those of us who live on the mainland, we imagine that people are shooting at each other all the time.
Well, you can't just say that it doesn't go on, James, or it doesn't exist, because it does, and it does worry us. But I think that there's a new generation of people who want their children integrated, who want to make a stand, and who want to say this religion thing is not important. I mean, because someone supports Arsenal and someone supports Birmingham City, it doesn't mean to say they want to shoot or kill each other. I mean, you can have mutual respect for people's political views, religious outlook and whatever. Also, certainly from the standard of education, Northern Ireland has the highest standard of education anywhere in the UK, and certainly we would have been keener for our children to be educated here than anywhere else in England, for instance.
Northern Ireland's special, you know, I mean, the way we live here is totally different. I don't think I could go to London or wherever and have the same sort of lifestyle that we enjoy here. Really, in the night time, you know, you can walk down the street, go to the pub or whatever, and everybody's very friendly over here, really.
Will you be singing a song later?
Not after my last visit here, no.
If somebody said, why do you choose to continue to live in Northern Ireland, what would you say?
The crack's good crack. It's good fun.
It's this good crack business, and I know it tells me what it is. Now, listen, you look like you can tell me what the crack is.
Oh, certainly, James.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. My name's Marcus McFettridge, and I'm a reporter with the Korean Chronicle, and I've come to do an interview with you tonight.
You're a reporter?
Yes, and
not with me.
We've got prods, we've got Catholics, we've got Baptists around this table tonight.
Everybody mixes together. And it's nonsense they say that religion, it is nonsense. We all mix together. I don't ask my friend if she's a Hindu or a Jew or a, you know, Catholic or a Presbyterian.
You got knows you're still my Tokyo Rose.
Nobody gives you a hard time. I mean, an Iraqi coming into Northern Ireland, is there sort of a little... They're going to say, you smuggling something you shouldn't be? Or?
No. I always say it's the most peaceful place. People don't believe it.
It is?
It is. It's very, very nice.
The sense of humour over in Northern Ireland is very black.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Great,
It is.
yeah.
It's very black and anything goes. It doesn't matter. I mean, we have a town that's getting bombed down around us. We're getting all we can go into a nightclub and joke about.
My husband in his time brought over some of the biggest stars in the world who were petrified to come to Northern Ireland. After they'd worked here, when are we coming back, Alfred?
Do you enjoy being a sort of restaurant owner or not?
It's good fun, yeah. You get to meet a lot of very interesting people and has its moments.
Are you always this busy?
We're always very, very busy at the moment. Just find this is a place to come for a bit.
James, could I have that interview now, please?
Off! I tell you this, I have been to the theatre all over the world. I am an actor and a director myself. I am a failed actor and director, which means I'm a lousy critic, but I know something good when I see it. It's among the great things. We have a theatre here. You know, for all the troubles in Northern Ireland, the bombs, the bullets, everything that's happened, the theatre, they tried to kill the Opera House by mistake. And they put 20,000 kids missed a pantomime, and Jerry Adams lost his seat. That's what it's all about. This town is important.
Let me take you over here to where there's some more wine, all right?
Oh, indeed,
You come over here and we'll have
tempt me, Satan, lead me before you.
Over this way.
But I've come in here tonight to interview a few of our politicians from Larry's Diner. Ian Paisley will be among us, and also Lord Fitt, or Jerry Fitt, if he's better known to his friends as Jerry Fitt. Would you ever consider Lord Fitt coming back and living in Northern Ireland again?
Certainly would. I don't know whether it's safe enough or not. Deputy Paisley, do you think it's safe enough for me to come back and live in Northern Ireland again?
Let me say this here to you, Mr. Fitt, and let me make this abundantly clear to you. That it would be as quite as safe for you to come back and live in Northern Ireland as it would be for Salman Rushdie to walk down the main street to Ranford.
Right, another one about Ian Paisley goes into the hospital. Goes up with these nurses. The wee nurse says, Mr. Paisley, come into this ward here. There's 10 people in it. Big Ian goes into the ward and says, oh yes, nurse, I'm glad to see you well represented here tonight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Paisley? Well, to be honest with you, there's 8 beds with a letter P and only 2 beds with RC at the bottom of them. 8 Protestants, 2 Roman Catholics. Oh no, you're very wrong, Mr. Paisley. 8 of those people are for porridge and 2's for Rice Krispies. Ladies and gentlemen, would you believe we have got the scoop of the night in exclusive with the Sinn Féin President, Jerry Adams. Now, Jerry Adams, are we going to have peace and stability in Northern Ireland or not?
Eamonn, listen, Eamonn, nobody is going to think you're too fat, Eamonn. No, you're just cuddly, and no, Eamonn. Look, I'll ring you tomorrow. I can't. Sorry. Anyway, thanks to everybody at Larry's Piano Bar for allowing us to get in the way on, was it Monday or Tuesday? It was Monday night, wasn't it? Now, back to the phone calls. Billy from Belfast. Hello, Billy. No Billy. Do we get a Billy there? I mean, I'm up here with it. It should be. No Billy? No? No? You can't see Billy? Hello, Billy? No? Let's... Sean. Hello, Billy? Sean.
Hello there, James.
Can you hear me, Sean?
Yes, James, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sean. I mean, you can hear me,
good.
Sean. That's fantastic,
let's
Sean.
put it this way, the upbeat tone of your programme's commendable. We're enjoying it over here enormously.
Good, fine. Don't go too far or you'll ruin the whole thing, Sean, really. Michael from County Louth. Hello, Michael.
Hi there, Jim.
Yes, Michael.
Want to tell you a joke?
You want to tell me a joke?
Yeah.
Is it going to be funny? That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Controversy over here about the bishop and the mistress, you know? How do you play safe chess?
How do you play safe sex?
No, how do you play safe chess?
Oh, safe chess.
Put a condom on the bishop.
Steve, thank you, Michael. Stephen from Glasgow.
Hello, Jim.
Yes, Stephen.
First of all, I'd like to commend you on a great programme.
Thank you, Stephen. Right. Another interesting Ulster fact. The East, you don't want to risk it, do you? The East Belfast News is the oldest English language newspaper. I bet you didn't know that, did you, really? Oh, by the way, before we carry on, next week here live on this show, we will have I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, Dr. Death challenged Gary Bushell, that well-known journalist from the Sun newspaper, to a fight to the death. And we will have Gary Bushell, who has agreed to come on the programme next week, and Dr. Death. They will be meeting in the ring here, live on this show, next Friday night, so don't miss that. Darren from Manchester. Hello, Darren.
Hello, James.
Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I was heard you commenting about Barry McGuigan before. I'd just like to say that I went down to watch that fight, and me being an Irish Catholic but living in Manchester, went down to watch it, and it was really good to have our Catholics and Protestants beside each other all the way through the fight.
Good, fine, thank you, Darren. Right, Eric from Enniskillen. I was in Enniskillen not so long ago. Yes, Eric.
Yes, James.
Hello.
I've seen where you were in Enniskillen. What did you think of it?
In Enniskillen?
Yeah.
The bit I saw was very nice. Apparently there's a very nice lake there, and people go fishing and all that sort of thing. Is that right?
That's quite right, James.
Yeah.
We do get a lot of German visitors here in the summertime, and they all seem to come back year by year. One of the things I'd like to mention about sport, I'm heavily involved in the bowls in the local district here. And
you play bowls?
Yes, we play bowls here.
You play bowls?
Oh, we do indeed.
I mean, no, not that you play it there, but I mean, fascinating that somebody who plays crown green bowls or the other one?
No, the indoor bowls.
Oh, the indoor bowls?
Yes.
I'm just amazed, you know, when people say the sort of person that would view this programme.
Yeah.
I never considered people who play bowls would watch this show. It's funny.
Well, you have to have intelligence to play bowls.
Well, you have to have it. Well, yes, you're right, absolutely right, yes. Yeah, yeah. What sort of weight is your ball?
Bowls we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, of course we are.
They're weighted on one side so as to run a bias then.
Because you see, a lot of people don't think there's anything very interesting about bowls.
You might not.
Well, I do. No, I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, but there's the different weights and the bits and things, aren't there?
Well, we find we have a lot of intelligent people in Fermanagh who like bowls and enjoy them. But one thing I was going to say, James, and I'm sure Dennis would agree if he was still there.
He is.
That sport particularly seems to bring the two sides of the community greatly together. Typical here in Enniskillen in the winter time, we have 140 bowlers each Tuesday night playing bowls in a leisure centre, and that's a complete two parts of the community playing together. We have the first integrated school in Northern Ireland in Enniskillen, and it's a complete success.
Thanks very much indeed for your call, Eric. I was going to say something profound at that particular moment, but nothing came to mind, funnily enough. I should have said something very profound. Last week, we did a programme about, well, I thought it was about cranks. They were very nice people, but we called it about collectors who collected all sorts of stuff. And we had an enormous response on our phone line afterwards, of which these are just some of the gems.
Legalise skip hunting. I've been skip hooking in Northern Ireland for about 2 years, and I'm sick to death of getting arrested by the police for it. Legalise it now.
Hello, James. I thought the hooded talks were absolutely wonderful.
We want to see more Sale of the Century from Norwich, because it's the quiz of the week. Yeah. Hello, I collect new £10 notes, so if anyone would like to send me some, please do.
James, my boyfriend's got a weird collection. He's been collecting toenail clippings since he was 12. He's got more around the house in jars. Cop that one.
You're talking about collections. And I collect records. I've got 256 Iron Maiden limited edition records. And I know whenever somebody says Iron Maiden or heavy metal, everybody just turns off. Yes, would it be possible to hear some of Anna-Fee Chadwick's poems on the programme? Especially that one about being in love with a starling. Or am I asking too much?
Call box.
0898 436 1000.
Call box.
Okay, you can ring that number now if you can't get through on the programme, or even if you don't want to get through on the programme. If you want to write, by the way, you can write, and we do try and include some letters. The address coming up on the screen, Wales Mail, Yorkshire Television, Leeds, LS31JS. Dennis, humour seems to be very important. I mean, not only in Northern Ireland, it's a little patronising, but it's important so far as people are prepared to take the piss out of themselves and the problems that are
Yeah, I
over
think
there.
this is I mean, you have people saying that they're banning people telling Irish jokes on television and Jewish jokes and all sorts of jokes like that. But I think it's great to hear an Irishman telling an Irish joke. I think they can get away with it, and they do. They have done it for years. And people like Frank Carson, Roy Walker, all the Irish comedians go down so well in England. And coming through on the programme there is the humour. The humour in Northern Ireland is still unbelievable.
And of course the sex appeal as well, as we see here with Meg.
I mean there's loads of birds like this over there.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a load like me, son.
Really?
By the way, James, I must just say, I think you let the callers that ring in, I think you let them talk far too long.
You do?
You
I try and balance it up, actually.
Yeah,
mate, but,
see that.
yeah.
But Bowles is very popular over there, James.
It is,
Barry, that's not my Barry, that is not my best side. I don't care what the director says, Barry. If you come round just a little bit there. Britain's most smallest and perfectly formed cameraman, Barry, of course, by the way, we have on the programme.
Leave him alone. Barry, stand up, son. Oh, you are standing.
Do you want to take him home afterwards, mate? Because,
I wouldn't buy a ballot for him in case I won him.
Really?
No.
Did you get that?
I think I understood. What did she say, Dennis?
I'm not quite sure.
Subtitles. I grabbed C. Nesbitt here.
OK, continuing our search, and as I say, we make no apologies for making this a bit like a travel promotion for Northern Ireland, because it shows the other side, and most of the time, we don't see this side. So we went to find a couple who'd moved from South London, and they decided to up sticks and go and live in Northern Ireland.
Wheelie's still going to town.
Well, looks like the weather's getting better. I've come to meet a couple who've just moved from South London to here in the heart of Northern Ireland, and to find out why. Sam, lock the car. What did your friends think when you said you were going to move to Northern Ireland?
Well, some of them, or most of them actually, were quite, you know, shocked really. But when we told them our reasons for coming, and those that have been over here really like it and can understand why we moved here. We've still got some we've got to persuade to come over, but we'll get round to them eventually. And then I'm sure they'll agree. It's a beautiful country.
What about you, Norman? Did you have reservations before you came over?
None at all. No, it was a question that we came over for a fortnight to look around, and that sort of confirmed our decision. That was all. No reservations whatsoever.
The one thing I found is when I'm here that people are so happy to show you around, to show you the countryside, and to show you that it is not like the news footage that you see on television or the stories you read about in the press.
Well, that's very true. I mean, when we first came over here, people kept saying, you know, are you on holiday? And then when we said we were living here, they said, oh, they were really very pleased. And they keep saying, oh, you must go here or you must go there. I mean, they're such a friendly people. You know, nothing is too much from them, and they want us to see their country, and we're only too happy to see it. And then we want to show all the English people. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I mean, I feel safer here than what I do in England. Much safer. I'd take my daughter's dog out for a walk and I wouldn't feel a bit nervous.
Mind you haven't seen that duck heading this way. I repeated myself a little bit there, didn't I? Now, I should point out that they don't actually live in that shed. They do have a house. OK, they don't live in the shed. We're back in a couple of moments.
Ulster fact number 3.
The Judy Garland International Fan Club is based in Belfast. Many of its members live in one of the suburbs, the original Hollywood. And there's more. After you pass your driving test here, you have to display R plates and can't go faster than 45 miles per hour for the first 12 months.
Ulster fact number 4.
Apart from having the world's oldest distillery, County Antrim is also famous for having the world's smallest church. Hello, welcome back. Look at this lot behind me here. Have a little look at that. Look at those grins. Look, what a lot of embarrassed people there. They're all with people they shouldn't be with. Now, we're very lucky to have on the show a band that I saw a couple of years ago when I went on a programme in Northern Ireland. Catchy little title. It was called The Show. And these guys were playing, and of course you will have heard of them before. Ladies and gentlemen, Energy Orchard and Sailor Town!
Taxi for Macon!
Goes to town for the final time.
Wales' wonderful world of whiskey. We're here at Bush Mills, and this was founded in 1608. That's, well, it's a heck of a long time ago. Basically, we don't have much time, so this is going to be the quickest guide to a distillery in the history of television. This is the water from the River Bush, goes into the distillery, and then what happens next? Keep watching.
Well, here we are. The water from the lake goes into this big tub thing here, mixed with a malted barley, gets all churned up, looks a little bit like breakfast cereal, smells completely different. Then what's left is called wort, believe it or not, and that's taken on to the next process. And what's left in this is fed to the animals, which is why there are so many pissed pigs all around the place. Never mind, on we go. Now, what we've so far seen comes into these, and it meets a whole load of yeast, and it gets together and starts fermenting, and before you know where you are, what do you have? Alcohol. It's warm in here, I have to tell you, it's like Dante's Inferno. Now, it comes into here, goes into the pot still, and it's distilled 3 times in separate pot stills, if you see what I mean, which is interesting because that's once more than Scotch whisky. Now, be very quiet, because this is where the whisky comes to sleep. And when it leaves the last process, it comes into these oak casks and can stay here asleep for up to 12 years. So imagine whiskey that's put into the casks today isn't going to wake up until, well, you work it out. And when it is woken up, this is what happens to it. Now, there's nothing, as they say, like a little bit of black bush, which is what this is. And we'll pour one for Dennis and one for me, and a big one for May.
Could you put a drop of Windeline in mine?
Windeline?
It's a new drink for snooker players. Bushmills and Windeline. You still get drunk every night, but in the morning your eyes are as clear as a bell. It's,
Yes, Dennis, stick to playing snooker. That's good. OK, now, this is... I haven't tasted this before. Oh, that's good. I won't give you any because you might throw up again. Now, competition to win. I'll tell you, first of all, last week's question is, what was the name given to stamp collectors? And the answer, of course, quite rightly, was philatelist, and quite a few people got that. Catherine Cresswell of Queensbury was the very lucky winner, and Catherine, you get not only that T-shirt, which is a T-shirt, and you get this, which is my left foot. And quite a lot of people notice I held my right foot up, but don't worry about that, that's the video. So well done for that. Now, this week's competition is dead simple. You can win some of this dulce. Dulles. A packet of that dulles, OK, and a rather nice presentation box of Black Bush. Very nice indeed. And all you have to do is ring the competition line coming up for you there, 0898 500 111, and sing Danny Boy. The best version of Danny Boy, only give us the chorus, for goodness sake, will win. Yeah, do you want to have a go?
Come on, May.
Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling. I remember when I couldn't sing.
From glen to glen and down the mountains.
Very nice, very nice.
The summer's gone.
I've had enough now.
And all the flowers are dying.
He can't zap up.
I beg your pardon?
Bring tears to the glass.
Okay, fine. Could you shut up now, please? Linda, hello.
Hello.
This Miss Nolan, how are you?
I'm very well. Would you like me to sing Danny Boy?
Yeah, go on, sing Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling.
Zapper.
From glen to glen.
Sing, carry on.
Oh no, you're going to come. If you come,
No,
on,
I wasn't.
The next time I see you.
No, I was going to ask you on the show tonight. You see, but unfortunately we got the chance of getting May on, so you really didn't stand much chance against May, did you?
You're lost, love. You're lost.
I haven't got an outfit like that.
No, indeed, it's called stale.
I beg your pardon.
Well, it's stale. She knew nothing about it. So.
Have you met this one, by the way, Linda?
I don't actually think I have.
No. Well, funnily enough.
I've met Dennis.
Yeah, he said he had his ball in your mouth.
He did, and he was very careful with it. And I still have my teeth to prove it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's a trick shot we
And
do,
what a
Jim.
marvellous ball it was.
That's right. It's a trick shot where you get the girl to lie on the table and pop the ball out of her mouth. And Linda...
Sounds even worse now you're
volunteered.
describing it. Yes. So let me get this. Linda, lay on the table, Dennis.
Right.
And you put your ball in her mouth.
No,
Excuse me, I get that out talk now.
I put a black...
Eyes up for.
I put the black ball in her mouth. Yeah.
You put the black ball... Sorry about it.
Actually, it was a pro-celebrity thing with Mike Reed, who's in EastEnders.
Is he?
Friends of ours.
Yeah.
And Dennis asked for a volunteer, and I got roped into it. And I had the total wrong dress for lying on a snooker table.
You have the total wrong dress wherever you are, Linda. I mean, don't talk
Say
about...
that in the bath the
Yeah.
last time.
Did you want to say something about Northern Ireland, Linda?
Well, I just wanted to say that that as an artist, I work over there practically every year for 2 or 3 weeks, November time.
Fantastic. Good. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Bridge from Ballymoney. Hello, Bridge.
Hello.
Yes. Bridget.
No, Bridge.
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 Okay, keep me right. Right, okay.
Well, I just wanted to say I had 2 friends that were from the Lake District last weekend. One of them was making her first trip here.
Yeah.
And she said that if they had this sort of scenery that you've been round while you were here, round the coast, they would never ever go abroad.
People are very surprised, aren't they? Okay, thank you very much indeed. That is all we have time for tonight. Thank you both. Next week, Gary Bushell and Dr. Death to the Death live on this show. But for the moment, let me leave you with a couple more interesting Ulster facts. Loch Ness is the largest inland lake in the United Kingdom, and at least a dozen US presidents have Ulster ancestry. So there we are. And one more. When it comes to charity, Northern Ireland's people are more generous than the rest of the UK. We hope you enjoyed our look at the other side of Northern Ireland tonight. Have a nice weekend. Join us again for the penultimate show next week. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.